Hello and welcome to another episode of Stupid for Dexter! Woo! Woo! I am Kat Steel.
And I am your guest host, Dana Block.
Woo!
Woo! Thank you. Glad to be here.
Oh, we're glad you're here, Dana. And Dana is visiting us today in our kill room.
Ooh, spooky. It's a lot spookier than it looks on TV.
Absolutely.
Online.
And also we have, in this corner, producer Mike.
Hi.
How's it going?
All right. What do you got for us?
Well, so episode 5 was yesterday. It's called First Blood. So want to do a really quick little fast rundown?
Sure.
Fabulous.
Let's go for it. Well, first of all, Lumen is still there. She has officially come undone. I mean, from the sugar packets to the police investigation room, which I've never seen anything like that. Where did she get the corkboard?
Staples? I don't know.
Yeah. Post-it notes? I mean, she went all out. That was a big shopping cart she had.
Much agreed.
Yeah.
And she's not going anywhere. I think it's going to be a problem.
Yeah,
Baby Harrison also might be a problem. He's scratching up kids at the Mommy and Me daycare thing.
I know, that's a little alarming. Or he could just be being a kid, you know.
I'm suspicious. You never know. Deborah and Quinn, still together.
Yeah.
Marie and Angel, maybe not together after what happened.
That's true. I mean, the fact that he was acting like a really jealous husband, checking the text messages, but she is in her bra being wired. It was a little, yeah. I don't get it. I don't get it. That's why I'm so glad that this show exists, because I have no idea what's going on right now.
Well, hopefully we'll figure it out together, because I'm not quite sure either. And last but not least, Quinn, at the very end of this episode, is making a deal with RoboCop? What? Really?
I know. I totally don't understand. I didn't even know who it was at first. I'm like, who? He looks vaguely familiar, and then I realized it was RoboCop.
Well, the episode's called First Blood.
Right.
Right, and that relates, I guess, to two things in it. I guess to the kid maybe scratching. I'm guessing, First Blood.
Right.
And then to her, to Lumen, not really though, because she didn't draw any blood.
It was weird because when I saw the episode title, I thought it's her first blood, and I thought, with the whole gun, everything like that, in the previews before, what was up next, that's what it meant. But then as soon as Harrison scratched the kid, I was just like, okay, get it.
That's cute, trying to confuse us. I see what's up.
Thanks, Dexter, confusing me yet again.
So let's get to the how about to the killer moments?
Let's do it. So, killer moments. Here we go.
So first off, we have Dexter at Mommy and Me.
Yes, adorable. He's so cute. Did you see his little man purse?
Oh, he is really cute, actually. It makes me like him even more. But Harrison has a little can't keep his hands to himself.
This is true. And I know that they went and saw the psychologist, and she said he's too young to have been affected by what happened to Rita, but Dexter is still hell-bent on finding evidence to the contrary.
Right.
So,
exactly.
I guess I understand.
Yeah, I mean, I just think that he's being a little boy, and we're kind of reading into it and trying to figure out, because his baby was born in his mother's blood, just like how he was, and and now he's obviously a serial killer. So I get it, but at the same time, I just thought, really, you're just trying to confuse me, so I don't pay attention to the other confusing things that are happening that to me don't make sense this whole season.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Oh, I totally hear you. It's just another little tidbit of info where it's like, yeah, it could mean something, but it might not, and there's so much else going on. I don't know why the concept. You know what? Also, if he's a sociopath, wouldn't you think he'd be proud instead of concerned? He's like, oh, very good job. You get a good swipe in there next time. I mean, he kind of was. There were moments of that, but he's so concerned with making sure Harrison's okay. And it's strange because he's also trying to make sure Lumen's okay.
I know.
Why does he suddenly care about other people? This is not the Dexter we know and love.
I don't like it. I don't like it. I like it when he's in for himself.
Amen, sister. So not okay. Ugh. So, moment number 2, Dexter goes back to Boyd's house, starts hunting around, finds that stuff has been torn asunder, and there's blood everywhere. Somebody was sneaking around before Dexter was.
And there's a fingerprint.
Aha.
And you get really excited because you think it's going to be like this other, rapist or, murderer.
Somebody, the accomplice, anybody.
And then it's Lumen.
Goddamn Lumen. Of course it is.
Can't.
The weird thing with that is that it was so like obvious, right? He's looking through, and then he sees, and as soon as you see the broken thing, you're like, oh, Lumen beat him. Like every viewer knows that, right? Every single person watching this, and let me ask the chat room, is that true? Everybody, as soon as they saw that, was like, okay, Lumen beat him to the punch. But then he goes through and he collects, and you left a clue. You're not that neat, and it's like. He's smarter than that. The writing's smarter than that usually. Yeah. And then he matches the fingerprint, and we're like, what's the point? And I guess it was just to put the little kid on his knee as he's going through the fingerprints. I don't understand even that point of it.
I know.
Was it just to, we're a little short, we got to add to the script? It had that kind of feel to it.
I call it a Scooby-Doo moment.
Yeah.
Where it's like, ooh, detective work, we found a clue.
That.
It's like, no, Dexter is a veteran police member. Like, this is...
I know.
He could have seen by how clumsy the break-in was and the blood everywhere. I mean...
Well, and also, too, just like with the guys that were there, I mean, they had a key. It's not like they, had to break in to go with these girls where Boyd is. Obviously, they were in on it,
Right.
So, agreed. I didn't even think about that.
It's not even like something where they would need to break in, like... They've obviously been there before, numerous times.
Okay, well, Tim Pones, I'm guessing, is the name. Dexter's getting more sloppy because he has a lot in his hands, is what he's thinking in the chat room.
Needs to get rid of the baby.
I know. But, I mean...
No more baby.
All right.
The answer's very simple, people!
Yeah, I mean, Harrison is kind of holding him back, and I hate to say that because he's an adorable... little boy, but
for 2 seconds.
Yeah, but then I mean, if you're messing Dexter up, then you're gone. Done. Done. Lumen, done. Harrison, done.
She should have been done. I mean, she should have even happened. Makes me so grumpy. Oh well. I will
really,
see.
yeah.
Fingers crossed, because you know what? The writing's been odd on this episode. Beauty and the Beast, episode 4, I felt great about. And this one is a little different feel and different tone. It didn't really take us to a destination where I felt like I knew what was going on.
Yeah, it was like a step backwards. Like I thought that in the 4th episode, they moved forward with the plot, and I was getting really excited. And I thought, oh my gosh, this is the Dexter I know. This is Dexter I love. Things are going to start moving. He didn't even kill anybody in this episode.
I know. He threw his, he fit.
He hasn't killed anybody. Who's he had on his kill table in the kill room so far? Boyd.
But it wasn't even like his kill room. It was
that's what I'm saying. So there's been 0 in the kill room, right?
Yeah, exactly. Because there was going to be someone in the kill room.
You're right. Yeah, but there has not been an official.
And that's become that. Is that one of our next moments? Is that our next moment? The possible kill room kill.
That's one of the moments we can talk about. We actually had something else. But
all right, go ahead.
We're not limiting ourselves.
No, I just thought it naturally led to it. But go ahead.
Oh, well, that's a
No, I'm not stepping on. No, go into your moments. Keep talking. Ignore me.
All right, well, fine then. Miss Fabulous Dana Block, would you like to talk about number 3?
All right. Well, Lumen actually panics when, I actually think this is a great scene, and I think Julia Stiles, who I've because I hate her character because she's totally messing up Dexter's life. And I have this, and I feel bad. I feel like I should have had a disclaimer as the guest host, how much I dislike her. But that scene was amazing when she was in the airport and she was getting patted down and freaking out, and just the way it was shot and everything in her face and just that panic. And it was the first time I sympathized with her, and I felt that, all these terrible things had happened to her, and I got it. And I thought she was going to have a major freak out.
Oh, absolutely. I thought she was going to elbow the security guard.
I thought they were going to have to take her in. And then Dexter, she was going to have to say something because Dexter gave her his friggin' last name.
I know. Yes.
Which...
But no, I agree. It was a really nice look inside of the chaos that's going on.
So you kind of get why she's putting sugar on the table rather than in her
totally
tea.
Nuts.
But
and God knows what this is. Is she rolling sugar joints?
I don't know.
She's just. And how pissed would you be if you were the waitress at that cafe. That girl comes in every morning ruining all of your sugar packets. And that's not just Splenda. That's like raw cane sugar. That's the good stuff.
I know. And we were talking about this. Where does she get the money to have that much sugar? To afford that? I mean, obviously she's having something
sugar.
else. I don't get it.
Snuff.
I don't get it. It just doesn't make sense to me.
I don't like it. I don't like it one bit. And Dexter doesn't even question it.
I know. And he had her stuff. He went through all her things.
I know.
So obviously he didn't find, like, if she had money on, like, that would have been known.
I mean, from what we know, there was the note and clothing. I mean, maybe there was more, but this money is just...
And her parents don't know where she is.
Exactly.
So it's not like they can wire her some stuff or she's taking things out.
Sounds like they wouldn't anyway.
Yeah. And the guys would have taken her wallet.
Yes.
So she can't, I mean, it's not like she can go to the ATM. I mean, I don't get it. Where, I mean, corkboard is not laying around on the street, so I don't know.
And if it was, I would have taken it. That is a nice corkboard. It's a fabulous corkboard. Those are like $50 at Staples.
I would have posted my to-do list on those.
And they would have looked beautiful.
I'm completely lost to what we're talking about now.
Corkboard.
Her room.
Her motel room is gorgeous.
Oh.
It's like nicer than the police headquarters.
I know.
So they got a good prop department is what you're saying.
No kidding.
Also, too, she had photos of him. I mean, photos of the guy she suspected.
So she had it all plotted out and planned out. Now, I mean, I think we should get to that with Randy once we get Randy, social worker, in. Is that a lot of that didn't make sense to the psychological well-being, I would imagine. But let's talk about that in a little bit when we bring him in.
Yeah, we definitely have a couple questions about that. When we had our very last half question. This is more of just commentary.
Right.
After chatting a little bit about this, so RoboCop, was it just me or was he a little cartoony?
It was really bizarre. I mean, it was one of the first moments in Dexter where it was kind of like the obvious villain. You know what I mean? Like, he came in and he was very animated and not like John Lithgow was so amazing as the villain, and just, you know, you had this compassion for him and he was this family man and you had no idea, and how he played it, and it was just it, like the rest of kind of what's going on with Dexter, I just didn't understand. And they all seem animated. They all seem cartoons, the villains.
And Quinn talking to him, I mean, Quinn, personally, I really thought that this whole Kyle Butler thing was just going to be over. That
I remember you saying that.
Yeah, and not so much. I mean, he's talking to cartoon devil cop.
Which moment are we on?
The last one.
We're on the last one. Yes,
we're almost done.
Oh, sorry, I was paying attention.
I'm sorry. No, we're talking about RoboCop.
All right, so this is the moment where now this moment relates to why was he now the whole Sting thing, right?
Yeah, the Sting. He was a bad evil cop. He got caught narcotics, I believe it was.
Yeah, it was narcotics. And I mean, the thing is too, it was like one of those things that led up to, you thought Angel or Angel was looking at Maria's text messages, and you think she's having an affair with this.
Can I just say that whole thing leading up to it? Those are, I like to call those I Love Lucy moments.
Yeah.
Where you're watching a show and you know the premise is so ridiculously stupid, and it worked with I Love Lucy because it was back then, and it gets into these sticky situations, and it was always over the top. It was cartoonish comedy. These are completely obvious. That's not a realistic situation. That would never happen. It doesn't work like that.
Yeah.
Where you're watching it in complete disbelief and just don't do that. And
even her reactions to it were so contrived. Like when she was like, I wasn't anywhere. I mean, you know that she's not having an affair, but you want to
they played it so hard to make you feel. I mean, it wasn't even played neutrally.
Yeah,
it's played with I don't know.
Yeah,
what are they trying
to do? I didn't like it.
I don't like it, sir.
I don't like it.
I don't like it at all.
I know I just got here.
No, I like it. No, it's good.
About that I don't like it, but
this is
I don't like it.
Okay, so getting back to that big moment. So the moment is the guys, and he stares down Dexter too, right? I mean, number one, the whole thing didn't make sense because again, why would she be on the Sting? Why would he still be there? Why would Dexter walk in and look? The whole was it?
Well, and why would they be at the same bar? It was just so
Dexter
obvious.
And Hell walked in and looked at him and. Right, so none of that made sense, and the Sting. Okay, so now you go forward in the sitcom-y way, and now they're both at the bar talking to each other.
Well,
I'm sick of these people,
he was also
too.
on leave, too, so it wasn't like, I mean,
Right.
at least I think, like, at this time, he's on leave, so he wouldn't even know that that sting's taking place. He wouldn't have known that
So the
he
big
got in
moment,
trouble.
the big moment is Quinn talking to RoboCop. So we're gonna call him. Do we have? What's his name on the show? I'm gonna keep saying RoboCop.
We don't know his name. He's like...
Yeah, we don't know who he is yet. So
Shady
okay,
cop.
so the big moment
Shady
is
cop.
Quinn talking to him because now Quinn's not Dokes anymore. Maybe this guy's Dokes. I think it's just a simple way of the writers probably going, well, this is leading up to Dokes again. How do we change this?
Yeah.
Let's bring in another guy. It's very odd,
Yeah.
but I guess that's one of the big moments, right?
Yeah.
If we're following. So right now we're looking at this season really is 3 A, B, C plot lines, right? We got Dexter and Lumen. And then subdivisions of that, Dexter with his kid and the dead wife that nobody cares about anymore.
The daddy Dexter, I like to
and then
call
you
it.
got and then you got B plot is, I guess.
Senta Mort?
No, that's part.
Would you say that's
Well,
C?
yeah, I guess that's like a runner. We'll call that a runner.
Fine.
In script terms, it's a runner.
All right.
The B plot then is Angel and the wife, and who cares? And then the C plot is this new thing that we're going to find out, and maybe that'll mean something. Maybe now we have the guy who's going to be the evil guy, because certainly, Lumen isn't it. There's nobody interesting.
And I know that you guys talked about this last week, so I won't delve, Mike. Oh, but
bring back
No,
up.
please.
the whole idea of, like, you guys talked about Quinn, like, remember when he was stealing money and Dexter found him, and, now Quinn's sleeping with Dexter's sister? I mean, it just...
Doesn't ring true.
And I know that you always knocked Quinn, and I was always like, you know what? Maybe he's got some issues. It's not that I didn't. I didn't have anything about it. I thought I was a little suspicious, but I thought he cares about Deborah. And now, no.
There is evidence coming out that he is shady.
He is a shady cop. He is a shady cop.
He's shady cop. The other one's RoboCop.
RoboCop and shady cop, and they're in a bar together.
There you
that
go.
Sounds like
RoboCop
a really
and shady cop
bad
walk into a
joke.
bar.
That's a really bad joke.
Oh, that's so good.
But
yeah,
But
the
I think
whole
that
thing
sums
is
it up
like,
where we're at, right?
yeah.
It does. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot more that happened in the episode, but those were the moments that we felt were important for one reason or another, whether we like them or not. I mean, that's not the point. It's to find the big twists or the important information. So, yeah. But while we're on the subject of Dexter and Lumen and everything that's going on, why don't we talk to Mr. Randy Jorfi with Driving the Dark Passenger? All right. So Driving the Dark Passenger is a segment that we do where we talk to social worker Randy Jorfi. He has a great long history of dealing with psychological issues and helping people and counseling people. So he's a fantastic resource for us to talk to really get into the depths of the characters, especially Dexter, and see what's going on with him. As much as I love Dexter, I also want to know what's going on with Lumen, because who knows? It's crazy talk. Yeah. So, Randy, are you here? Randy.
Good evening. Good evening, Dana.
Hi, Randy. It's nice to meet you.
Hey,
Oh, it's so awesome to have you here. Randy, thank you so much.
thanks for having me back, Kat.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm so glad that you're here, because it seems to me like this whole episode deals with like post-traumatic stress, like not only from Lumen's perspective, but also with Dexter's perspective of like how he feels like Harrison's post-traumatic stress, with this scratch.
Absolutely. So for sure.
Yeah.
So we had a couple questions for you, Randy, if you wouldn't mind helping us out. So one of the questions we have is, because of her kidnapping and abuse, Lumen seems adamant about hunting down and getting revenge against the people who hurt her, which makes sense. But I did a little bit of research, and I discovered that, and this is a general statement, this is certainly not, for every case. Women, when they are attacked in a similar manner, they tend to turn inwards or hurt themselves or react in a different way. But Lumen is coming out with the claws, and she wants revenge.
The claws and the gun.
Yeah, and the gun. Where'd she get that? Staples.
I heard they're on sale this week.
Oh, well, geez. was wondering what your insight into Lumen's behavior is.
Okay, we'll do a couple then. So you started, Dana, with post-traumatic stress syndrome. That's been around, kind of different terms, but it's been around since the American Civil War. It's been called something way back then. It was shell shock in World War I. It was battle fatigue in World War II. Now we call it post-traumatic stress. Kat, you're not going the wrong way. For some people, they will withdraw. That's part of what can happen with post-traumatic stress. But the other thing that can happen is extreme feelings of anxiety. Okay, we're seeing that in Lumens, but also extreme anger. And that is kind of all over the place with her. Another term to throw at you, we'll do one more psych term tonight, I guess, is fight or flight. I don't know if you've heard of that one.
Right.
So in a very scary situation, you're cornered, you may put your hands up and want to fight. That's one response. Or, like a deer in headlights, you may run and fly. Well, Lumens, if I'm allowed to go with it, at the airport, what you saw was something that we call hyper arousal. While they're patting her down, she's reliving what was going on with her when she was locked up. So Dana, I was ready for her to just go off, freak out, and have to get tackled. Well, it ended with basically, in a way, flight. She gets back in the cab and the guy welcomes her to Miami. She isn't flying back home, literally. She's going to go, right now she ran away from that situation, but she's going to go back to her anger. She's ready to get revenge. So not really unheard of then with PTSD.
Yeah. Well, it's interesting. She's fighting them, flighting them, fighting them, running away, and I don't know.
I mean, I guess it's whatever she needs to do at that moment to survive.
Well, I have a question on that. I mean, I guess related. Do most most people in that situation? I always read, and maybe I'm wrong, that do females more than usual turn inward rather than get revenge? They hurt themselves when you become when you go through something like that, or is that sort of a normal thing she's doing to want revenge instead of destroying herself, or how does that usually work?
We'll go. I can't get too stereotypical here, but yes, more obviously. Times than not, you're going to see women be more passive or do more of the flight, more of the withdrawing, avoiding the situations. That might be the norm, but again, both genders can go the other route, extreme anger. And for her right now, it's revenge. Plus, we are talking about the show Dexter.
Yeah.
So
True.
It's scripted.
Right.
Touche.
It's not going to be passive, not on Dexter. She's the thorn in his side right now. He seems to have some issues with wanting to protect her. At one point, he had to kill that man that was on the table so she wouldn't have to. He's showing a certain level of Dexter-style chivalry.
Yeah, it's white knighting, but with a knife.
Yeah, very well put.
Knifing.
Well, we didn't discuss. I guess while we're on that, we might as well roll into that. The whole the dad for the first time ever freaking out, which is obviously Dexter's subconscious, telling him what to do, and I guess his logical mind almost, because it's like you're not thinking clear. You're not. I mean, that's the first time we ever saw that kind of freak out. And then of course the reason was, hey idiot, he's a pedophile, therefore he has a tracker on his ankle. So I thought that was pretty interesting to see that.
Yeah, that's a huge detail, it seemed like.
Yeah. No, definitely. And it was like the first time we did, I mean, you're right, like the first time we saw Harry just screaming, and the first time, the most Dexter has screwed up throughout the season. I mean, he keeps little by little is screwing up, but it's just getting bigger. The mistakes are getting bigger and bigger and bigger.
Yeah. And I'm curious to know where this relationship with Harry being Dexter's psyche, his conscience, his little Jiminy Cricket, where's this relationship going? Because, I mean, the nanny's back now, and I know that you, Randy, last week you discussed the maternal figure of the nanny, and, Harry seems to just be losing his patience with Dexter. Do you have any predictions or insight into where Dexter is gonna get his moral ground from here on out? Is he gonna keep continuing to ignore Harry, or I have no idea.
Or turn to the nanny, like maternal versus paternal, or
insanity.
I was hoping that, I think a couple weeks ago, I was saying that the nanny was going to become the new conscience because Dexter was actually following her lead. But they really watered her down, at least in this episode. There was, I missed that. I was liking that she was going to get all creepy. And that went away. She was so mild, like the proper nanny in this last episode. What was she on for about a minute and a half or so?
If we were lucky.
If that.
I thought she was going to be the conscious. I don't see Harry going away because it's kind of fun that he's getting livid. Do you hear me? And very calmly Dexter's like, yeah, I hear you. But he's not listening to him.
Yeah.
He hears him, but he doesn't obey like he did in past seasons.
No, definitely. And it's he just kind of blows him off, which he's always kind of turned to Harry. Yeah. He's never really just ignored him. And
totally.
It's like he's ignoring his better judgment.
He is. He's shooing him away pretty much. When they were in the kill room, he's like, yeah, I'm kind of busy right now.
Yeah.
It's bizarre.
Well, I feel like he also has this, to me, Dexter is like a father figure towards Lumen and obviously for Harrison, and he is kind of, the more he becomes these father figures, the more likely he's just not following the code. Do you know what I mean? And it's just making me so mad. And he's not killing as many people. And
he's too busy white knifing.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a Dana term.
I patented that.
Do you want to ask the next question, Miss Dana?
Yes, definitely.
Ooh.
So, Lumen seems unstable. We've talked about this. She's unstable. She's obsessed with revenge. And she's turning to Dexter in order to really, have him kill these attackers. Is there anything that he could do in this situation? Like, if you were advising Dexter of how he could control Lumen, is there anything that he can do rather than kill everyone that she ever looks at her funny?
Blow up the cafe? I don't know.
Yeah. The bridge.
You had to throw that little caveat in. Okay, Dana, earlier you did state one of the big problems. Dexter actually told her his name. His real name. So asking me what can you do outside of killing her, that's good. That's going to take some good writing, because unless he can have her go insane, have somebody else kill her, or just somehow, she's killing someone. We're allowed to talk, Mike, about the previews?
Yeah, we can talk about previews. Yep.
Earmuffs anybody who doesn't like to watch the previews.
We were talking about previews. Okay. The chat room said it was okay.
So answering the question, going to the previews, we now know she's killed somebody. Okay, now there's something in it maybe for her to keep her mouth shut, except that it does make her more dangerous. Is she done killing? I doubt it. Depends on what they want to do with this season.
Right.
But she's either going to get caught or she'll get killed trying to kill somebody else. Yeah. Just a short answer to your question, no, I don't see him getting rid of her without her life being ended.
And I guess the Dexter sharing his name, was that supposed to be our first moment, I guess, of him trusting somebody? Was it like a trust thing because he always gives fake names and he almost just did it freely, and it almost seemed like he felt like a load off when he was able to do that? Is that...
Most definitely, Mike. He's trusting her, and he's really believing in her that she's going to get on the plane. He wasn't, unlike himself, where he looks at all these different, A plus B could equal C, or he's going to do something different here. He just assumed, okay, I've given her the plane ticket, she's going to get on the plane, everything's hunky-dory.
Yeah.
He really trusts, not just with the name, but thinking that this was going to go smoothly and she was just going to go back home.
Well, that's what I thought was so interesting about this episode was, and the past episode, was that Dexter keeps kind of trying to control Lumen, like trying to control his own psyche almost, you know what I mean? Like, because he's telling her, like, you've kind of tasted revenge and you have to stop now because obviously I can't stop. So he's trying to, like, get her to go, but if he can't stop, I mean,
I know it's like a, it's someone who has an addiction.
The kettle black.
Oh, it totally is, and also, I mean, it's really interesting, and I want to see more of this, and I don't know if this is going to come to anything, but he keeps assuming that baby Harrison, is traumatized and going to be sociopathic and be cutting people on the playground. Right. But then he's got this total paranoia towards Harrison. But on the other hand, he has somebody who's crazy. Her name's Lumen, and he's just like, oh, she'll get on the plane. It's fine. No, she won't.
I know. And you know what's so funny is, and Randy, you brought this up, like the fact, one of the things that I think could happen is I think she might get so nuts that because she knows his last name, she's going to frame him or something, or end up blackmailing him and trying to get him to murder all these other people because she knows his name and she'll, and she knows what he did.
Anything's possible.
I don't know. I really don't like her. I'm going to say that again. How many times, can we count how many times?
We should have a tally on a cork board.
Do you not like her as a person, her as an actress, her as a character? What don't you like?
Do you know what's so funny is I was telling someone, I said, I like Julie. I don't have a problem with Julie Stiles at all. I've seen her movies. I loved, 10 Things I Hate About You, Save the Last Dance. I know Mandy did a whole kind of mock of that.
Oh, she did a beautiful dance.
But I really, I'm to the point where if she ruins Dexter's life, I will never watch a movie that she makes ever again. That's how
she's just an actress.
I know. No, I'm joking. Of course.
This is like her monster moment, right?
But,
this is her. I'm going to ugly up and do a crazy.
I mean, she's amazing in it. I mean, obviously she's incredible as the character, or else I wouldn't have so much distaste for her.
Oh no, she's doing an excellent job. She's riling up. You know what? The worst thing an actor can get is apathy.
You, Julia.
Yeah, Julia, we love you.
I'm just kidding. Yeah.
It's just that you play an awesome, obnoxious, crazy person.
You're so good.
That's all.
Yeah.
Oh, she's going to be the end of him. Oh, God. She's like...
Randy, you have feelings about this?
I know. We can go on.
We'll
go on.
Sorry. I'm just ranting and raving at this point.
I'm enjoying analyzing you two, actually, right now.
God!
Please. What do you think about the Stupid for Dexter hosts?
That's Lumen envy. Yeah.
Oh, how dare you? You don't know me. Actually, I kind of do, Randy. Oh, God.
Well, my favorite part about watching the show itself is the fact that you talk about can't they just die? Can't he just kill her? Every episode that I see of Stupid for Dexter, and I'm
so
like,
simple.
This is why I'm going to have so much fun with Kat.
That's an interesting question for Randy. Randy, how psychologically, sociology, whatever you want to call it, how would you? I mean, all the fans do like that, right? All the Dexter fans want to see killing. Now, if that happens in a normal society outside of a fictional thing, you'd be like, that's not good. But is that just an escapist way for us fans to enjoy something that we're just voyeuristically enjoying? Or what psychologically, what does that mean about everybody watching the show?
That's 2 weeks in a row that you're saying it better than I can say it. So. Ask me the question, but then you answered it really well.
All right.
Yeah, it is. The whole show is voyeuristic. We get to watch a serial killer and even enjoy him because he only kills bad people so far.
So far.
We didn't. That guy was mean. Your first guest on your first episode, the actual guy that he killed. He was mean, but was he necessarily an evil bad guy?
Right.
He didn't qualify under the code.
Yeah. No, he totally broke the code.
So we already saw the code broken in the first episode.
Right.
Yeah.
And then I knew that.
Oh, it's all downhill from there.
I knew.
Unbelievable.
See, I like what he's doing with Harrison. You're talking about Harrison a little bit, but by my count, in 2 episodes now, he's used Harrison as a prop 4 times.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Didn't he use it? He used Harrison to barter for information?
Yeah.
To get to see who Lumens was, he had the whole group go off in a corner and hold the baby. That was a great escape for him. The lady that smoked the cigarette in the motel room, perfect prop to use to get what he wanted from her. And then later on, to get the nanny back, he's holding the baby, again, as a prop. And then yesterday, briefly, the lady that provided him with the information on the guy who wanted to see pictures and all that stuff, that's kind of a mild set. But so far, his baby is a prop. I kind of like that for Dexter.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense, and it also kind of goes back with how with the trilogy killer, when he was paying attention of how he would, use family in this whole mission of building these houses in order to kind of hide his evil doing.
Family's a prop.
Ooh.
Oh, Randy, you're blowing my mind.
I know.
Same.
I'm so glad I showed up for this one.
My goodness. Well, Randy, thank you so much as always.
Yes, thank you.
So much insight.
Enlightening. It was illuminating. I'm full of them.
Nice.
Oh, that was awesome. Randy's fabulous. There's new info every week. And that's the first thing I think after I watch an episode. It's like, I've got my notes and it's like, I'm trying to figure this out. I'll just ask Randy.
Right. Exactly.
Why think about this?
Exactly.
Nah, he's awesome and we so appreciate having him.
And it helps with the predictions too.
Which is what's next?
Wow.
That was
Dana's new.
Nice.
Boom. Nice.
Bravo, segue. And not one of these, but one of these. That was beautiful.
See, I'm taking notes. Oh, I know the format.
I trust you.
Just kidding.
So predictions. I've got a couple. You got a couple. Yeah. Shall we share them?
Sure.
All right. Well, Lumen, Red Alert.
Right.
She's super bad news. I have a feeling, my prediction is, yes, there will be a killing next week that will bind Dexter to the situation. Up until now, even now, he's been able to he could have killed her at any moment and just gotten rid of her. I have a feeling that next week will bind them together.
Oh, exactly. He's you know, in it to win it. Yeah, next episode, because she's gonna shoot somebody. He's gonna be there for it. That guy is gonna pop, because now we're talking about previews.
That's right, previews. So earmuffs if you're anti-preview.
But the guy who like falls, you know, he's like about to get one of the attackers, and then Lumen, because she, you know, shot some, you know, who even knows if it was a random or if it's a real attacker. And so the guy like falls out of his truck and he's at the crime scene. Deborah it seems as though they want to make you believe that Deborah sees Dexter at that crime scene and he just randomly shows up, but it's probably like nothing.
It probably,
like that,
you're right. It's probably because it feels so Trinity. Yeah. Doesn't it feel Trinity when they all arrive at Trinity's family's house and Dexter was there and they're like, oh, you forgot your vest. And he's like, oh, yeah, my vest.
Yeah.
It feels very, but I mean,
I don't know.
That'll be interesting.
I don't know what's going to happen with Angel either. And like, I don't understand that. I hope like
RoboCop is just bad news.
Yeah.
I have a feeling, I'm wondering, I know it was a little bit murky and maybe I missed some information. I'm wondering if they have a previous relationship, and if so, what if? My first thought was, Luke, I'm your father. But, you know, that might just be me wanting to make stuff up, which I tend to do. But Elaine, you had a really fabulous, sorry to put you on the spot, you had a fabulous theory about the Venezuelan cop who keeps showing up and nothing's really happened, but they're highlighting her anyway.
Yeah.
What are they setting her up for? I know, what do you want to say, or do you want to keep it sneaky secret?
Well, I said last week about the Venezuelan cop.
All right, I'll cover the TriCaster.
Yes.
Because now, you know, you predicted that Angel and Maria were going to have, you know, things were really going to become a huge problem. And
They're
did.
getting shaky.
Right.
I mean,
there is trouble in paradise.
Oh.
Yep.
Trouble in Miami.
And here we go again, and we're seeing Deb getting more friendly with her.
Yeah.
Which is, you know, going to bring her more, and she's already, you know, it's a setup. It's a setup for Batista. I'm sticking with it.
Well, I mean, these office romances, do they
know.
ever really work out?
I know. That's why you don't get involved with your coworkers.
No, you don't shit where you eat.
Oh, brother.
What?
Nothing.
That's what I say.
All right, so we got all the predictions down?
Yes, I also, let's see.
What do we think about Harrison, though? Like, I really think that it's just him being a kid.
I agree. I think it's too early to even predict that stuff. Kids have those awful fingernails.
Right.
You know, if you've ever babysat or if you have kids of your own, you know what the claws are. They're like little Wolverine.
Yeah, no, I mean, sometimes I walk by somebody and I by accidentally scratch, you know what I mean? Like,
because you have awesome
nails. I did them for tonight.
They look fabulous, too. By the way, they're gorgeous. They're very gem-like.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was going for.
Truly outrageous. And also, I had a really incredibly stupid conspiracy theory.
Okay, I love this.
Quinn and the nanny, are they ever in the same room at the same time?
What?
No. Mrs. Quinnfire.
No.
Oh, hush you.
I'm gonna disagree. I'm gonna disagree with that one.
Fine.
That's the only thing I disagree with you on, actually.
Don't play
Out of all the things that you've said.
That's all right. We'll see who's right in the end.
But you know, whatever. I guess I'm leaving.
Fine. You go ahead.
Guest hosting again.
Flip the table.
You've had me at Quinnfire, and I'm leaving. I'm walking out.
We've lost Dana, guys.
Descent Dexter says Deb and the tattoo lady are going to fall in love.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, yes, Michelangelo.
Shane from the L Word.
That'd be adorable.
Tejas74 seems to like Dana. That's all I'm saying. Congratulations.
There you go.
A regular. I agree with Dana no matter what she says Tejas74.
Well then. Awesome.
Wow.
Building up your army. There you go.
All right, why don't we bring in our special guest as always as I prepare.
I've been waiting for this.
This is going to be fun. So now is the time on the show when we bring on the wonderful Paul Goebel. He is the king of TV. He is the man who knows all trivia in the universe. so you can try and stump him. This is a segment we call Stump the King.
People get to see this. See, the live people get to see all this stuff. If you're live, you get to see all this craziness that goes on, and then I edit it out. So we wait for Paul to get ready. We pretend it was all perfectly set, and then I count to 3, 2, 1, and introduce Paul.
Boom!
Hi, everybody. Hello, internets. Oh, I'm so glad to be here. Hi, Dana.
Hi, Paul.
Nice to meet you.
It's so nice to meet you.
I'm glad Dana has fans because I have an idea to spin her off on her own show with that guy Kim Jong-un, the guy who's taken over for Kim Jong-il. We call it New Kim and the Block.
Ooh.
What do you think?
I love it.
I love it. Have you been sitting there thinking that the whole time?
Yes. I thought, what joke can I make about the kids in the block? Now, let me ask you this, Kat. You say you don't shit where you eat. It's a bad idea to work with somebody.
Generally.
It's a bad idea to work with somebody you're involved with.
It depends, but generally.
So don't do a internet TV show with somebody you're sleeping with.
Absolutely not. That is the worst.
Never do that.
Never. You know what?
Okay.
Ends in misery, folks.
Kat and Dana sleeping together?
Whoa! Spoiler alert.
I thought it was Elaine and Dana.
We're not doing previews right now.
Yeah, that's preview material,
Okay,
sir.
sorry.
We did not have the earmuffs on for that
My
one.
bad.
You had the crown,
You've got
not the
warrant,
earmuffs.
yeah.
Oh, also, Dana, I need to correct Dana. Dana, I know it was a slip of the tongue, but you called the Trinity Killer the Trilogy Killer?
Oh.
That's actually George Lucas. Hello! Come on! Ladies! That's all my
Wow.
done.
That was...
Thank you very much.
We've lost control of the show.
That's
Wow.
Over.
folks.
Oh,
See what
that
happens
was
when Mandy's
wonderful.
gone? We lose complete control of the show.
Right? Mandy, she runs the show with an iron whip.
I
Right.
know. This is a lot of pressure right now being in this seat. Can
Oh,
I
you
tell
are
you?
no Mandy
Can I
Schneider,
tell you?
You're doing a great job.
Awesome. Mandy will be proud, and it sounds like Tejas 74 is also.
Yes, Tejas 74
There
is
you
a
go.
big
Thank
fan.
you. Thank you.
So, trivia time.
Yes.
Okay.
You got trivia questions in the
king.
chat?
It's flying by. I can't cut and paste
God.
it. We don't have. I'm doing everything, but I got one written down here, and
Okay,
people
good.
feel free to give me more now. FLRFF in the chat room asks, how many people has Dexter killed so far in all the seasons combined?
Well,
You don't do numbers though,
I
right?
don't do numbers, but I could
Take a guess.
could venture a guess. Give me a say. Do I get it? Do I get credit if I get it within how many? Within 1, 2, 3.
You can be within, let's say within 5.
Okay, so if I get it right within 5, I'll get credit for it. So, yeah.
I have a
Yes,
question.
Kat?
Question for producer Mike.
Yeah.
Are
Chair
these,
recognizes
As I'm looking and trying to find more
yes,
trivia
thank you,
questions. Go ahead.
I was wondering if this is kill room only or kill.
Yeah, ask
Yeah.
Flurf if it's
Flurf,
kill room
right.
only or just
He said kill.
So all kills.
Yep.
So
All right.
it's 2 this season.
Right. I was going to say you don't have that many this season,
That's
unfortunately.
easy. Let's see. Last season, let me try to count backwards. There wasn't a lot last season either. I'm gonna say 10 total.
You're not even close. According to him, it's 35.
What?
That seems high.
That does seem high.
People are just making up their own answers.
busy.
We'll have to look that up. We'll have to look that up.
my
All right, here's
gosh.
another one. Dexter Genius asks, what is the name of Dexter's first kill seen on the show, season 1? First kill, season 1. Who was his first kill?
I remember that,
Name.
actually. Oh.
Well, wasn't it an animal? Wasn't that? I mean, if the first one, his first kill
On TV.
when he was a kid.
No, that you saw
That you saw him
the
actually
person,
murder.
name of the person that you saw him actually in the kill room.
I have no idea.
But wasn't he a priest?
Wow, I
He
don't.
had it was little boys. It was little boys.
Oh,
I remember.
yeah. And the name?
Yeah.
I don't,
I think
Priest
Dexter
Bob?
Genius is going to win something from the King
Probably.
of TV. The name is Mike Donovan.
Father Mike Donovan.
Congratulations, Dexter Genius.
Way to go, Dexter
Very
Genius.
nice. Very nice.
Very
You
good.
won a
Very
prize.
impressive.
Send me an email at paul@thekingofTV.com. That's my website, thekingofTV.com.
And there is a,
and you can win a prize.
according to Flarf, who gave you the 35 one, there is actually a list online. Of course, there is. There's a website that lists all the kills. Unfortunately, the URL has been removed by
The
YouTube.
Earl?
Wink, wah, wah. Well, maybe I'll look that up, Flurf, and you send me email too, and if I can verify it, I'll send you something.
Very
I'll send you a
cool.
prize.
All right.
I don't have any Dexter swag, by the way. A lady who won a prize last week wanted Dexter swag, and when I told her I didn't have any, she said, "Okay, never mind then." But
Okay, next
I have plenty of
question.
swag, but no Dexter swag.
Next question. A Dreamer 29. What does Dexter recall was tattooed on his biological dad's arm?
Jeez.
No, these people know their Dexter
God.
trivia.
Oh man, see, they threw me all softballs the first few shows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, these people are really getting into it.
These are the
Well, the first you guys were
Hardcore.
like, what does he kill with? A knife?
Yeah, what's his name?
A butter knife?
Really?
What is it?
Wow.
A Dreamer, what is
Like,
on?
I don't remember that.
I won't even ask you where. Just what's the tattoo? Not where and what, but just what is the tattoo of? I can tell you it's on his elbow.
Oh, it's a spider web.
Hey, there you go.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. It's so creepy.
Which means I guess that means you killed somebody in prison. You get it.
I thought that was the tier.
It's a prison tat. It depends on where you go.
Oh,
but-
seriously?
Yeah, it's right. Am I right about that? That's a prison tat.
Yeah, yeah.
Elaine, you've done time, right?
Right, yeah.
What's the tier?
Or the tier, depending on where you're.
Tejas asks, what was the second? Now I lost the question. See, this is too much work here, people. This is why Corey does a very good job on the other shows doing the chat room.
Yeah, where
What is the
he?
second
That
tenet
Corey
of
book.
Harry's code? The second tenet of Harry's code.
Well, the first is what? Don't get
Don't get caught.
right. Don't get caught.
The second is. I'm gonna say. The second tenet is. Do no. I don't know.
Never
is it?
kill an innocent.
Right.
That's right. I thought that was 3.
okay.
Wow, people. This
Yeah, I
is
would think
not
that was
good.
something more important than that.
Do you have, you know what? Let's try. Why don't you give the chat room a question? How about that? The first one to
Okay,
get it right.
a hard
First one to
one
get
or-
a chat room question one right.
warm 'em up.
Am my camera on?
You want a hard one or
First
an easy
one,
one?
well, they're giving you hard ones. Let's give the chat room a hard one. One question. And if they get it right, they win something.
Okay, this is a medium one. and We'll see how they get it.
All right, here we
If
go.
it's
Chat
too
room.
hard,
First
we'll-
one answer in the chat room. Let's do it.
All right. The
Good
night
luck, guys.
Rita and Dexter first had sex, what was Rita dressed up as? She was wearing a costume that night.
And so you know, if you're listening to this on podcast or YouTube, which we're now very prominently featured on YouTube, we do this live every Monday night, 8 p.m. Pacific time on Ustream. So you can join us in the chat room, and that's how you can win things.
So I guess it was Halloween.
Laura Croft.
Lara Croft is absolutely right.
Dexter Genius comes through.
Oh.
Was it? Is that two? He can also tell you what kind of sexual act, and we'll just leave it at that.
Oh, let's hear it.
I'm not. This is a kid show
in
for Dexter.
Yeah, Dexter's a kid
There
show.
are two initials.
Not appropriate.
Yeah.
It wasn't
Okay.
sex though. See,
Yeah.
they're saying it's not sex.
No.
Well,
Depends on what your definition
If you're
is.
Catholic, I guess it's sex,
Yeah.
or it's not sex, or I don't know.
No, that would, yeah,
No, it
no.
would-
All right, whatever.
If somebody ejaculated, then sex is involved.
Wow, we are now
right.
we're now going down the hill.
That's what I
At
call
least
it.
we've
YouTube.
defined it.
Here's what we're gonna do. Since I mentioned YouTube, here's what we're going to do with, and we've talked about this. We've not talked about to you people. We are going to put Dexter Trivia online on YouTube. Paul, after the show, we're going to record Paul asking you 5 questions. Let's say 5, right? 5 Dexter questions.
Of differing
Levels of Dexter. So
yeah.
then on
Levels of
YouTube, you
Dexter
can
and
video in your answer or put it in the comment section, and we will take all the right answers and then randomly pick a winner. And we're going to do that every week. So it's interactive on YouTube. So YouTube, look for our Dexter Trivia game number 1, I guess we'll call it.
Yeah,
and
so
we'll
the
have that up
people-
by tomorrow.
Yeah, so the folks
Or
who
if
can't
you're
watch
watching, it's already
live
now.
can see that
Yes.
and be involved.
So we're going to start doing that. So look on YouTube for our Dexter Trivia, and you guys can win.
That would be
Do we have anything else? Now it's gone downhill. Now it's all about the sex stuff.
People.
According to Bill Clinton,
Perfect.
it's not sex. Very good.
Oh,
Dead Pixel
God.
Live.
Touche.
But now, Dexter had a lot of sex with Lila, correct?
Right.
There was that was full
That-
on.
Oh,
100%.
yeah, him and Lila were all over
I
They
the
were
know.
definitely doing it, and he at least had real sex with Rita once. By the way,
Right.
if
Oh,
anyone was ever
yeah.
curious
That
if
makes-
Rita is coming back in a flashback or anything, No Ordinary Family got picked up for the full
Right.
season, so I don't think
Right.
we'll see
I
her.
highly doubt it.
a
on
little
Dexter
busy.
again.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's a star of that show.
So she's
no
really
good.
dead. I thought they were going to bring her back because that would just make sense.
Like Harry
With
Ghost
what's going-
Dad?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Harry Ghost Dad.
I should have added that as my prediction.
I think that's it for the trivia. And again,
man.
we'll see them all on YouTube, and we will ask them
Yeah.
trivia, and they can win
Awesome.
little things. That will lead up.
Really?
We have actually very good DVDs to give away as well, and we're gonna eventually. I think we might compile all the winners into one, and that will be drawn randomly, and maybe we'll give away some really big prizes as well.
That would be cool. We got some great stuff.
Yep.
Oh, totally. That'd be great. Well,
Awesome.
alrighty. I think we
We wrapped it up.
covered the trivia.
I think so.
So that's
Do you
it,
have any?
folks.
Do you have anything, Paul? You got a
your
prediction for next week?
Well, my prediction, Lumen is going to be more trouble than she's worth. I mean, obviously we've all complained a lot about this season and how lackluster it is. And, you know, every season, every show has a dip right about this time in quality. But the good shows, like when they were wanding her at the airport, I thought they were going to find something stuck up in her.
Yeah.
Quite frankly, I thought
Yeah.
it was like, hey,
No, that's
you have something inside you.
Aliens?
Yeah, exactly. And I was like, that would be fucking crazy. But
Yeah.
I think
awesome.
something crazy is going to happen before the season's over that make us all go, oh
Right.
boy, that was awesome. It was worth it to sit through. And it might be with Lumen. It might be, you know, Lumen kills Harrison, something that crazy. Because the other thing is, you know, it's an old staple to add to save a show. You know, add a kid is a big TV formula. But generally, when you add a kid on a show, you get rid of him right away. The pregnancy and the kid being born happens like on Friends. You know, she was pregnant, had those kids, and then they were gone. Or on Family Ties, he grew up over the summer, 6 years. But Harrison is around a lot. Eventually, that's going to get really old, and I think something is going to happen to him, and that would be awesome.
We have more questions. Now we have more questions. Now that you went through that, a couple people got upset. They don't think we're live, so I'm going to prove we're live.
What? We're totally live.
Yes. Where were the remains
Yeah.
of Dexter's biological father placed?
His remains? Jeez, these are hard. To prove we're live, why don't you flash everybody? I was talking to Mike.
Me?
I'm talking to Mike.
Yeah, Mike, it's his turn.
All right.
You take the brunt of it this time.
Dexter's dad's remains are... he didn't dump them over the boat. I don't think so. He didn't dump them over the side of the boat. But I seem to remember them being by the cabin, by his old cabin where Dokes burned up.
Oh.
That's what I think.
Well, he's not giving me an answer.
What?
Bowling alley?
Maybe he's not lying.
Bowling alley?
A bowling alley.
That's not right. Am I going to get the wrong question answer?
This sounds like the Big Lebowski.
Tim, is it the bowling alley?
With the ashes and the bowling alley.
He says bowling alley. Yeah, it's bowling alley. Everybody says bowling alley. It's like 5 people now
oh
say
my
bowling
God, I
alley.
mean, he-
Yes, that is right. Yes, he wins.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Congratulations, Tim wins.
How did he get rid of them at the bowling alley? Like where? Like you put him in the ball polisher and left him there?
I don't remember the bowling
You put
alley.
in the little hand blowy things.
That
with
was way back in the day. I remember a bowling
really?
alley. Yeah,
Well,
I do.
I remember the bowling
I
team
do.
and all that. Sure.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
oh my
all right.
God.
That's what I remember.
All right, let's
I'm 0 for everything tonight.
let's wrap this up then.
All right.
And again,
Right.
we'll see you guys on YouTube. Please go and look at our
Yes.
Dexter the show, as well as we'll do the trivia.
Definitely.
And Streaming Garage, it's youtube.com/Streaming Garage. We have a bunch of different shows. We have Stupid for Dexter, Stupid for Movies, Stupid for Fantasy Football, and Stripped Down Live with Kurt Smith from Tears for Fears. We bring in bands every week. And this week we'll have The Fallen Stars on Wednesday night.
Ooh,
Wonderful.
Yeah.
that's awesome.
Well, thank you so much to
Yes.
to Paul,
Oh,
to
thank you, ladies.
Dana, and to Randy.
Yes.
It was a fun episode.
Thanks for
And
letting
to
me
producer
join.
Mike and Elaine and
the
Jim
TriCaster.
and our TriCaster. Woo! So, thank you so much. Join us next Monday at 8 p.m. for another episode of Stupid for Dexter.
Good night.
Good night.
Bye, guys. Yeah, I mean, Harrison is kind of holding him back, and I hate to say that because he's an adorable little boy, but
For 2 seconds.
yeah, but then I mean, if you're messing Dexter up, then you're gone. Done. Done.
here you
Lumen, done. Harrison, done.
She should have been done. I mean, she should have even happened.
I
Makes me so
I know.
grumpy.
I
Oh
know.
well. We'll
really,
see.
yeah.
Fingers crossed, because you know what? The writing's been odd on this episode. Beauty and the Beast, episode 4, I felt great about. And this one is a little different feel and different tone. It didn't really take us to a destination where I felt like I knew what was going on.
Yeah, it was like a step backwards. Like, I thought that in the 4th episode, they moved forward with the plot, and I was getting really excited, and I thought, oh my gosh, this is the Dexter I know, this is Dexter I love, things are going to start moving. He didn't even kill anybody in this episode.
I know, he threw his fit.
He hasn't killed anybody. Who's he had on his kill table in the kill room so far? Boyd.
But it wasn't even like his kill room. It was
that's what I'm saying. So there's been 0 in the kill room, right?
Yeah. Exactly, because there was going to be someone in the kill room.
You're right, but there has not been an official...
And that's become, is that one of our next moments? Is that our next moment? The possible kill room kill?
That's one of the moments we can talk about. We actually had something else. But
all right, go ahead.
We're not limiting ourselves.
No, I just thought it naturally led to it, but go ahead.
Oh, well, that's a
No, I'm not stepping on... No, go into your moments. Keep talking. Ignore me.
All right, well, fine then. Miss Fabulous Dana Block, would you like to talk about number 3?
All right. Well, Lumen actually panics. I actually think this is a great scene. And I think Julia Stiles, who I've because I hate her character because she's totally messing up Dexter's life. And I have this, and I feel bad. I feel like I should have had and there's a fingerprint. And you get really excited because you think it's going to be like this other, rapist or, murderer.
Somebody, the accomplice, anybody.
And then it's Lumen.
It's goddamn Lumen. Of course it is.
Can't.
The weird thing with that is that it was so obvious, right? He's looking through, and then he sees, and as soon as you see the broken thing, you're like, oh, Lumen beat him. Every viewer knows that, right? Every single person watching this, and let me ask the chat room, is that true? Everybody, as soon as they saw that, was like, okay, Lumen beat him to the punch. But then he goes through and he collects, and you left a clue. You're not that neat, and it's like. He's smarter than that. The writing's smarter than that usually. Yeah. And then he matches the fingerprint, and we're like, what's the point? And I guess it was just to put the little kid on his knee as he's going through the fingerprints. I don't understand even that point of it.
I know.
Was it just to, we're a little short, we got to add to the script? It had that kind of feel to it.
I call it a Scooby-Doo moment.
Yeah.
Where it's like, ooh, detective work, we found a clue.
That.
It's like, no, Dexter is a veteran police member. This is...
I know.
He could have seen by how clumsy the break-in was and the blood everywhere.
Well, and also too, just with the guys that were there, they had a key. It's not like they, had to break in to go with these girls where Boyd is. Obviously, they were in on it,
Right.
So, agreed. I didn't even think about that.
It's not even something where they would need to break in. They've obviously been there before, numerous times.
Okay, well, Tim Pones, I'm guessing, is the name. Dexter's getting more sloppy because he has a lot in his hands, is what he's thinking in the chat room.
Needs to get rid of the baby.
I know. But,
no more baby.
All right.
The answer's very simple, people. Yes, adorable. He's so cute. Did you see his little man purse?
Oh, he is really cute, actually. It makes me like him even more. But Harrison has a little... kind of can't keep his hands to himself.
This is true, and I know that they went and saw the psychologist, and she said he's too young to have been affected by what happened to Rita, but Dexter is still hell-bent on finding evidence to the contrary.
Right.
So
exactly.
I guess I understand.
Yeah, I just think that he's being a little boy, and we're kind of reading into it and trying to figure out, because his baby was born in his mother's blood, just like how he was, and and now he's obviously a serial killer. So I get it, but at the same time, I just thought, really, you're just trying to confuse me, so I don't pay attention to the other confusing things that are happening that to me don't make sense this whole season.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Oh, I totally hear you. It's just another little tidbit of info where it's like, it could mean something, but it might not, and there's so much else going on. I don't know why the concept. You know what? Also, if he's a sociopath, wouldn't you think he'd be proud instead of concerned? He's like, oh, very good job. You get a good swipe in there next time. He kind of was. There were moments of that, but he's so concerned with making sure Harrison's okay. And it's strange because he's also trying to make sure Lumen's okay.
I know.
Why does he suddenly care about other people? This is not the Dexter we know and love.
I don't like it. I like it when he's in for himself.
Amen, sister. So not okay. So, Moment number 2, Dexter goes back to Boyd's house, starts hunting around, finds that stuff has been torn asunder, and there's blood everywhere. Somebody was sneaking around before Dexter was. I'm suspicious. You never know. Deborah and Quinn, still together.
Yeah.
Marie and Angel, maybe not together after what happened.
That's true. I mean, the fact that he was acting like a really jealous husband, checking the text messages, but she is in her bra being wired. It was a little, I don't get it. I don't get it. That's why I'm so glad that this show exists, because I have no idea what's going on right now.
Well, hopefully we'll figure it out together, because I'm not quite sure either. And last but not least, Quinn, at the very end of this episode, is making a deal with RoboCop. What? Really?
I know. I totally don't understand. I didn't even know who it was at first. I'm like, who? He looks vaguely familiar, and then I realized it was RoboCop.
Well, the episode's called First Blood.
Right.
Right, and that relates, I guess, to 2 things in it. I guess to the kid maybe scratching. I'm guessing, First Blood.
Right.
And then to her, to Lumen, not really though, because she didn't draw any blood.
It was weird because when I saw the episode title, I thought it's her first blood, and I thought, with the whole gun, everything like that, in the previews before, what was up next, that's what it meant. But then as soon as Harrison scratched the kid, I was just like, okay, get it.
That's cute, trying to confuse us. I see what's up.
Thanks, Dexter, confusing me yet again.
So let's get to the how about to the killer moments?
Let's do it. So, killer moments. Here we go.
So first off, we have Dexter at Mommy and Me.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Stupid for Dexter.
Woo!
Woo! I am Kat Steel,
and I am your guest host, Dana Block.
Woo! Woo!
Thank you. Glad to be here.
Oh, we're glad you're here, Dana. And Dana is visiting us today in our kill room.
Ooh, spooky. It's a lot spookier than it looks on TV.
Absolutely.
Online.
And also we have, in this corner, producer Mike.
Hi.
How's it going?
All right. What do you got for us?
Well, so episode 5 was yesterday. It's called First Blood. So want to do a really quick little fast rundown?
Sure.
Fabulous.
Let's go for it. Well, first of all, Lumen is still there. She has officially come undone. I mean, from the sugar packets to the police investigation room, which I've never seen anything like that. Where did she get the corkboard?
Staples. I don't know.
Yeah. Post-it notes. I mean, she went all out. That was a big shopping cart she had.
Much agreed.
Yeah.
And she's not going anywhere. I think it's going to be a problem.
Yeah,
Baby Harrison also might be a problem. He's scratching up kids at the Mommy and Me daycare thing.
I know, that's a little alarming. Or he could just be being a kid,